Whoa. What's the matter?
Jesus Christ.
What's the matter?
Okay.
Okay, so we're in the red room. It's an easy name to remember. And this is the room where there's a lot of activity. It's been noted. So I'm going to put on some of these gadgets here. Got an EMF meter here, the old tried and true K2 meter. Right over there. And so I'm going to move the stuff around here. Go back here. Oh, I've got a tri-field meter over here. It's just all EMF stuff. So electrical, magnetic. Put a combination of the two on. Alright, now it's settled. So if that thing goes off, it gets triggered. Some kind of EMF field is being picked up. Some kind of EMF interference. There's that one in this corner. In this corner over here, it's been known for activity, whether it be shadow figures or voices and whatnot. There was soldiers that were up here. I heard something about a captain was mentioned. I'm going to put one more EMF meter on. This one's kind of loud when it goes off. It's here on the table here. Nice cushy seat. Alright, so we're happy to be here. My name's James, and I got Marty right here with me, husband and wife. Thank you for letting us visit your home. All of you that have been here, that may hear us in spirit. It's a beautiful home, and I can't believe how it got restored like it did. And I'm glad it's still around. So I don't know if anybody's here with us in spirit. If you want to communicate with any of us, speak to us, show yourself in any way, make a sound. We'd love to hear or see you. We're friendly. Any soldiers that may be up here? Or anybody who's passed through this home at one point or another that may be visiting right now. You see all these little gadgets, you probably know about them. I'm sure there's been a few what we'll call paranormal investigators up here putting all these gadgets around, and they don't harm you in any way. It's just they get triggered, make sounds. They're electronic, they're electrical, maybe you know electrical stuff. So just think of them as electrical instruments that can pick up on vibrations, some of them, and magnetic fields. And it can pick that up from your energy if you happen to pass through. And they'll make a sound, maybe a light will go off. Won't harm you in any way. Just lets us know that you're here with us. If this room was used by somebody, if say it was your bedroom, for instance, you could tell us your name if you stayed in this room. I'd like to know your name.
Did you hear that? It's hard to make out exactly what was said. I'll repeat that clip next. We enjoy all this furniture up here and throughout this house that they put in here. Brings life back to this home. We can consider this all antique now, for the most part, because it's been many years since this stuff was made.
You okay too? It's still going off.
Still going a little bit?
Mm.
Yeah, we haven't been too quiet. I'm surprised the tri-killed unit's been pretty quiet over there right now. But you can't rush spirit to come through. They come in their own time. It definitely has a buzzy feel in this room, though, for me. I'm kind of buzzing right now. I've been pretty much since I sat down. It could be too, I've been running around and trying to get stuff put together here. And now I'm just relaxing. I got that buzz going. I'm going to take one of these meters and walk around with it and then get a true meter going. And I'll grab one. Walk around the room here. I'm just passing through, walking around the room, seeing if you're around here. Just admiring all the beauty in this furniture. All these vases and whatnot. Knickknacks, pictures.
Oh, this room is really busy.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're
This is a very sensitive meter.
yeah, why don't you, if it's like that, I'd like to see what it would be like over here, because that tri-field meter is not even going on
It's
at all.
like super strong here.
Yeah, see. It's not making any sound yet, like it can, but it's banging pretty good.
It's getting there. Can
Look
the
at that.
camera see it?
Oh,
Here it
I
goes.
hear it. Yeah, she's got the rope over there, EMF meter, and that thing is, it's not really loud. It makes like a sizzling sound.
Yes, it's very loud when it gets completely activated, but it's...
Yeah, it's just not real loud. What I can do is, you put this down and I'm gonna grab the audio recorder, bring it over there. Okay, I'm gonna take you, Olympus, over here so you can hear this.
I don't remember it making a sound before. I think
Oh, yeah.
The Sally House was the last time it made that sound.
Well, yeah, when it pegs, it will make that sizzling sound. Let me go bring this over here, because bring it towards where the tri-field meter is. It's even going up over there, wow.
Are you sure the meter is on?
Yeah, I'm gonna check the settings. I didn't really play too much with where I had it adjusted to, since the last time I used it. Yeah, this one's been pretty quiet too, and now I haven't changed the battery in this one, so. That's just me turning it off and on. Put this down over.
Wait, is it the device? My hand feels like I'm picking up electricity.
I'll put this right here.
It's really bad. Oh yeah, it's the device.
Did you hear those footsteps? I'll repeat that clip moment.
Let me see if I can adjust this. Okay, that's better. But if you walk around, I mean, you're kind of away from the walls and stuff. So if you're away from the wall, it's kind
There's
of...
nothing over here, it's just a little bit of a...
Normally, if you just walk into your area, you're not by like where the walls can have a feed of electrical, wiring. It shouldn't be going off like that.
It's very strong here.
Yeah, I see. Let me turn this off and on again.
Yep.
That one is very sensitive. Just want to go back down. Over here.
And even the K2, that usually doesn't show much, but it has 2 bars and it's solid.
Yeah, let me walk around with K2 here.
I'm surprised.
Here.
Usually an old house would bang a lot. I'm not hearing.
Yeah, the house has been quiet as far as settling sounds go. I'll walk around here. Okay, so it's picking up on the...
That's crazy. How can one room have so much activity?
You got a lot of EMF, that's for sure. Yeah, so the EMF, the K2 is picking up some of it too.
Yeah.
Take it with you when you sit back down there and see if it continues. Oh, did you hear that? No, that was that.
Oh.
That's the tri-field meters went off. Finally. That's something.
Okay.
Let's keep quiet for a little bit and see if we can hear it. It's very subtle.
Did you hear that voice? When slowed down, you can hear "show him the way" is said. I'll repeat that clip moment.
Maybe when they come by me here, putting this on this chair right there, you get close to it, you know what it'll do. The lights will just light up stronger. Let me know you're here. If you want to go by Marty, she has that gadget too. It has lights on it. Nothing will harm you here. it goes.
Did you hear that voice? It's hard to make out, but when slowed down, it sounds like what's being said is, "Drive me crazy." I'll repeat that clip next.
Somebody over there in that corner? If you are, go ahead and go by that little gadget that makes that sound. So that let me know you're here. You know what year it is? It's the year 2021. What year do you think it is? Is that the sound of your meter?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm holding it in my other hand just for in case it's my Fitbit that's influencing it, and it's not. It's still going real strong.
Maybe you want to turn that off. That Fitbit.
Huh. Doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I see. Well, if you're talking with us and we're not responding, we're sorry, we just don't hear you with our ears. We're trying. That doesn't mean you should stop talking. We really do want to hear you. Maybe we'll hear you later because we got this equipment that records sound, records this video, it's visual stuff. So like we call it film. If you don't know what that is, you may know about photography. It's like moving images. So you just keep trying, and hopefully we'll get to communicate with you.
That's right here. It's right here.
I see. And I think the tri-field meter was going at the same time.
I'm getting chills.
Marty is getting some chills. It's not that cold, really. It's pretty
Just
warm.
back off a little bit, please. Thank you.
If you want to come closer to me, that's fine. I know I'm not as pleasant to look at as Marty. I heard there was windows that used to be on this side over here that unfortunately got damaged during the time of the battle, Franklin. But they did make some nice ornate brick. Oh, I hear you there in the back. I like the mirror there too. Is somebody in that corner there? K2, yeah, it's just constant. Picking up stuff, off and on. And I can feel the heat on my hands when I put it down towards the floor. And the floor itself, it's got a coolness to it. But if I move it away a few inches, it was over here, actually.
FLIR imaging. See if I can pick some hot or cold spots in here. I did feel some heat down here. Yeah, I hear the tranquilizer go. Well, the lights are turned off. Oop. Yeah, that's going right now. Who's over in that corner? Can you tell us your name? Okay, let's see if I can get this thing going. And I see, that meter is going off. Alright, what is up here? Because there's something hot up here. Oh, I see, it's a light fixture. Okay. Oh, who's there? I hear you. Oh, I'm gonna take a picture here. I did that. I'm getting these.
Are they hot or cold?
It's cold. Just moving it. Okay, now I'm getting it.
Did you hear that singing voice? We do not acknowledge hearing it, and if Marty had done that, we would have tagged it. Since the voice sounds similar to Marty's, I can't rule it out. You decide. I'll repeat that clip moment next.
Just moving it. Whoever's in the corner over here, I hope you don't mind me taking a picture of you. It's a way to capture your photograph. Are you still over there? Okay, I hear you. I hear you through that meter. Can you tell me your name? Do you like this house? This room in particular? Did you live in this house? Did you stay here at one time? Are you just passing through? Okay, now I got quiet. Oh, you back? Ah. Well, I like this room. I don't know if you lived here? Huh? Did you sleep in this room? Is this your bedroom? But you like this room, right? You do, okay. I do too.
I'm picking up
Ooh.
upset.
Hello. Are you upset? No, maybe not. Are you happy? Oh, I'm glad. I'm happy too. Marty's all happy too. She's got all giddy here.
I got spooked.
She got spooked. I gotta look and see what I captured here because I just want to make sure it's not a oh. I know what it is. Of course, it's the
Is
bus.
it- is-
the bus in the corner there. I thought I had something else, and it's the bus.
Well, it should be colder than the rest of the room.
It's cold, but what's below the bus is what I want to see.
Your device?
Oh, I see ya. I'll turn the light off. Was that light bothering you? I just turned on? It wasn't? Okay, good. Do you like us being in here, talking with you? Yeah? Do you like the tenants of this house, or I should say, those that take care of the place, like Thomas and Kelly? Yeah? They do a lot of work here to keep this place going. They really love this place. Around here. I'm just going to go around the room here. Ooh.
Did you hear that voice? Sounds like what is being said is, you're asking for chicken. I'll repeat that clip next.
Around here. Alright, what the heck is this? Take a picture first.
On the table? That's a bonnet.
If you could show yourself, try to manifest, so that's the way of showing yourself to us. Maybe I can capture your image with this device I have in my hand. Yeah, I mean, it won't harm you in any way. It's just a way of us getting to know you and know who you are in some way, at least to see you in picture. That'd be kind of nice. That way you know you're not forgotten. Yeah, everything else is cold. I'm going to take a picture of you to show the difference here. Here's some other stuff I'm capturing. Well, if you want to come with us, we're going to go into another room. I'll keep the camera, picture, moving picture thing going here, and I'll keep filming. So if you want to show yourself while I'm out of here, maybe I'm in your way, that's fine. We're going to go into a different area, and you're welcome to follow us too. Come in there. So what devices do I have in here? I got that one EMF, the tri-field one. We'll leave those two going. And just keep filming in here.
Okay. Where you want to go next?
Let's go into that bedroom right there. Straight ahead. Already EMF is going on here. Just want to see if it's going to pick up any vibration. So once we're still, as you see, if I go like this, see that? See that?
Yeah.
That's a vibration it's picking up right there. I also have it so I can detect cold spots. So you see the blue light come on here. That's a cold spot that came in this area. I'm going to put these flashlights on as well.
Did you hear that voice? That was not the sound of my stomach, which had made a sound around the same time, but wasn't really picked up by the camera mic. But that child voice was. I'll repeat the clip.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab one. So even this is picking up EMF, the millimeter.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, probably the temperature in the room.
I can feel it.
Put it down for a second. Is that you?
No, it's over there.
That's the REM pod.
Yeah.
Okay, REM pod is going.
Did you hear that voice? I'll repeat that clip again next.
REM pod is going. Somebody in that corner there? Okay. That is a, it's seeing a change in temperature. It's doing that with that particular LED. Let's see if it comes back again. Let me look at the millimeter here. And of course the K2 is pegging about 40 milligauss with EMF. This one at about 0.4. No, I don't think you can. I think it's pretty steady what's keeping with the air in here, but. Anybody in that corner there? I'll put this down. I'm going to take this over there and see if it picks up something. Well, the EMF is a little higher over here. I can say that. Oh, now it just dissipated on this. Okay. I'll move it over here. It'll stop. No? That did stop. Okay. There in that same spot. See if that gets triggered. Put this down. Well, I hope y'all don't mind these gadgets making all these sounds. I'll turn this one off in a moment. I'm going to take EDI put over here with this cannibal, or one of them.
Cold spot.
Yeah, the cold spot?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at it. Okay. Here you go. And put this down here.
Put it on the bed.
Right. Did you see the EMF that is going off?
Yeah.
Well, I know this isn't an original bed to this room, but I'm sure this was a bedroom at one time. And there was some damage done throughout the house. I don't know, I heard 70% of the house maybe after the battle. Big portion. Oh yeah, you're getting that going pretty good. But to think somebody could have been in this house during that battle, just to have cannonballs to come right through, forget all the, well, don't forget, but all the gunshots that happened. It's just a good thing nobody stayed in this house during that battle of, the family anyway. I'm sure there were soldiers throughout this house, maybe shooting out of windows and whatnot, just hitting this house. And right over here, where there was a cannonball that went right through, Mr. Lotz went and repaired it, like he did throughout the house that he built here. You just don't see craftsmanship like that very often. And he certainly was a master craftsman, carpenter. Anybody used to use this room? Can you tell us their name? My name's James, and that's Marty, my wife, with me here. We were just in the red room. You have a nice view, 2 views out here from these windows.
Can you read the EMF meter? It's at 1.4 consistently.
The EDI one? Yeah, I can see the EMF's 1.3 at 4 milligauss. If I move it from there, let's see, because this, like I said, this house is just a lot of EMF at all times, so I don't know what's. Oh, as soon as I pick it up, see how the cold spot goes. Now it's pegging too, like the EMF is shot up a bunch. So if I move it up here,
Nope.
now it's actually dissipating some. So you wonder if I bring it back down. Yeah, it's more down below here. And cold spots, so you would think I would get cold spots from the AC when I have it held up above, but it's actually below, which is interesting. And you look at.
It's about child height.
Yeah,
I
I was
think.
just. Well, let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
See how far it goes.
Nope, stop. Go
Yeah,
back.
Right there. See how it stopped there. If I go down. Yeah.
There. Yeah.
Is there any kids in this room with me here? It's only yay high. Maybe.
No, we didn't bring any toys.
Maybe somebody, I don't know, I'm going to say a name like Julian, or Julia. Are you here with us? Let me lift this up. Yeah, okay, it goes away. Bring it back down. Yeah. Well, I hope you don't mind me being here, standing beside me. Are you okay with that? think you are. Did you play in this room? We bring it down here. Yeah, it seems to be. How tall is this about? I may have a kid next to me here. Spirit. So, about up to here. How tall is that? Not that tall, maybe 3 feet tops. Okay, now it's going again. Maybe they're moving. I'm gonna just walk around here. You can follow me. I don't mind. Yeah, it's not over here. Oh, here you are. Is that you? Alright, let me put this over here on the floor. Right where cannibal had come through. That's right. It's hard to see in the dark. Here it is. Once I settle down here now, if I do what? Okay, so it's not picking up vibration right now. I don't know if I turned that off. Could you come back by that thing I was holding my hand there? That square thing? If you do, I can get that blue light to come back on. I'll know you're over there. Wasn't I close to there when it was going off?
Yeah, but it's too low. It was more.
Yeah, but I was getting it all the way down from the ground to about 3 feet or so. Just a little more than 3 feet, maybe 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah. It went away when you put it down.
Let's see if I can go move it around again. See where that was picking up. Oh, see? And it is kind of, maybe it's back over here.
But it's possible that it likes you.
No. Maybe I'm a ghost because when I'm touching it, it's going blue.
It's definitely not you. You are very
I was
hot.
paranormal investigating ghosts when I'm a ghost myself. I should see them. Like the movie, what was the one with Nicole Kidman?
The Others.
The Others. Not knowing I'm a ghost. Was there a cigar smoker in this home? I smoke cigars occasionally.
Did you hear that bang and the voice? I'll repeat that clip again next.
Well, if there's a kid in here, or somebody who likes to play, was coming by me before, I'm going to mention the names of Julian, possibly Julia. I could have your names wrong. Maybe you're considered like twins. I don't know if identical or paternal twins. I guess it'd be paternal. Did you play together in this room? I know there's another room right next to this one where there's a bunch of kid stuff, dolls and stuff. Did you stay in that room? Well, maybe you hear the tri-field meter going in the red room.
I can't hear it.
I heard it. Somebody's busy back there. That's the most active room to say, so. Oh, I think that, did you see that over there? I'm thinking it was a light from a car going by or something. It was so quick, and I thought for a second some kind of, not even shadow, but just like illuminating light move across, and it had to be. I mean, look at the windows here. Let me do it again if a vehicle goes by. Did I see something above the bed there? Is that somebody going by, or is that just a vehicle? Is that you? I heard dut-dut. But it was very, very subtle.
Did you hear that voice? Sounds almost like a child playing hide and seek. I'll repeat that clip again next.
Is that you? I heard dut-dut. I heard dut-dut.
I heard that.
Did you hear those voices Marty acknowledges? I'll repeat that clip again next.
I heard that.
We're in Franklin, Tennessee. The room is pretty quiet. Look at the K2. It stopped doing anything.
It's still doing a third bar on and off.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. You're right. I couldn't see it.
It's more than in the other room, actually.
For the K2, yeah.
Yeah, but it measures something else in the other ones.
I'm gonna try the flare gun in here now. See if it
Picks up any busts.
well, hot and cold, and maybe something else besides a bust. Sitting in the corner right there, pointing down. Is there something right there? Something's hot right there.
Your light emitter.
Is it right there?
It's on the silver.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Thanks. There's the camera. Go in this corner here where possibly a soldier, somebody had written on here on the floor. Using some kind of tool to scrape some of the wood down. Who wrote on this floor here? Into the wood. I was told the name by Thomas. I think it was William something. What am I seeing over here? Okay, fan on the wall. Maybe you can show yourself to me as I'm walking around here. Just taking little photographs with a thermal camera.
Did you hear that voice? Either get up or get out is said. I'll repeat that clip again next.
Can you point it in the doorway?
I will. I just want to I'm trying to get the room here. Okay, I can see myself now in the mirror. Okay, there's me. Oops.
There.
That's interesting, into the other room there. I think the mirror's right there now. It's going to be hard to tell.
There.
Hmm?
There.
In this room?
Yes.
Against this furniture?
Yes. Just because the furniture is there doesn't mean it used to be there.
I know.
Well, something caught my eye.
Okay.
And it scared me.
Alright. Thank you for telling me. Now I know. I didn't know that. Okay. It's definitely a nice bedroom. I think we're going to move into the other kids' room here, or whatever that room may have been for you who lived here at one time. It's probably been many different rooms. Let's see here. Watch yourself when you're walking.
Okay.
Put the milk meter down here. I'm going to do some stuff here. Here now. Let's go around the house. I'm going to see some cold spots going off here. The EDI. And of course, I got a PMF. Still. Same with the K2. And I think I might put something over here. Oh, I did. Recorder right here. I'm going to turn this on. Alright, test cam is turned on here. And what would be considered like a kid's room on the second floor here at the Lotz House. Let's see what else I have in this room here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Tribal meter here for more EMF detection. Turn that on. It's my Star Trek EMF detector. Put that down here. If anyone wants to come by, get to hear those neat sounds and lights turn on. Won't harm you in any way. Let me move this up here. Bed. This room. I just put this camera right here and just right behind you, just to let you know.
Okay.
LED here and see if this might help. Anybody wants to speak with us or show yourself, do anything, even if I'm moving around, you could do it still. Don't let me stop you from doing something to communicate with us. Some more lighting, maybe.
Yes, a lot of light, actually.
All right, good.
They just shut up.
Yeah, that's a chair. And then the recorder here.
Must be the bed. Something on the bed is making that weird shadow.
What, making a shadow?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh. Hello, everybody's in this room. If anybody's here with us, just James and Martie again.
It's hard to hear, but there was a voice that sounds like it said, "I'm sorry." I'll repeat that again next.
Just, wow, that thing is, what is pegging over there? Do you hear it?
Yeah.
Let's see which device is making that sound. Oh, it's the tribal meter on the bed. So something is setting it off. That thing doesn't really get set off very often. I hardly ever hear it make any sound. But it's going right now. Yeah. What's the matter?
Jesus Christ.
What's the matter?
No, it's... I sense someone behind me, but...
What's the matter?
Jesus Christ.
What's the matter?
No, it's... I sense someone behind me, but...
This thing over here is, non-stop. Let me move it. it stop when I turned it off. Let me see if I turn it on again. So it's got a constant hum going right now, and it used to not do that, so it's very soft, but still it's...
You want to test it with the rogue over there?
Yeah, because this thing, I'm going to turn it off. It's too annoying for me. It's just causing noise, kind of contamination of sound, so I turned it off. The tribometer.
The K2 is still going a third bar, so...
I see that on the floor.
But everything else is on 0.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the magneter.
Oh, that's just out to you.
I'll walk around here for a sec with the millimeter, see if... right now, I mean, it's flat.
I know, but the K2 is going... The K2 is being strange in this house.
Okay, here a little bit.
Here, you got the rogue is picking up a lot of stuff. It's actually making noise too.
I hear it. I see it.
Do you want to put it over by the bed? Should I
Yeah. I'll put these down there. And it's, even on the bed. Still going. Try this one more time.
Sorry, that was me.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing's too noisy. Put this over here. Okay. There I am. Are you going to hold the millimeter? Now remember, I got rim going, so it's right here, the antenna. If you touch it, see, it'll do that. So we want something else to do that other than us touching it. Something unseen. Oh. This bedroom has like 3 windows in it. Plenty of viewing from the outside. Any kids in this room here with us? Look at that. One of the EDI was just picking up on the top there, but no EMF. Does anybody want to go near those little toys? They're like toys, really. Right around where you have all those toys there. If you want to play with them, go right by them. Maybe you can get them to make a sound or light up some. Just this other camera. It sure is a nice house. I wouldn't mind living in it. Maybe I'd make this room my bedroom. Would you be okay with that? Doing anything?
No, I want to take this to the red room. My bedroom would light up.
Oh, we'll go back in there. That room's definitely... I
The
like
red
this.
room is a very unhappy room.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's unhappy. It's definitely
I
an
think
active room.
so.
Anybody want to play with those toys down there on the floor? Don't be shy. Oh, was I not supposed to say shy?
Yeah, you did it.
I said it. You're welcome to come around and play. We'd be happy to hear you or see you. Of course, there's any soldiers in here. With great respect, I'm just here to talk with you if you want to say something. We're here to hear you and to listen for you. Anything you may want to say.
Is that your meter in the red room?
You hearing it? I'm not hearing it right now. It's in there. It gets triggered, the tri-field meter, but I haven't been hearing it recently. I heard it before.
Okay.
A lot of people lived in this home. I think it was even run as a law office at one time. And probably some restaurants. What was the woman's name who lived here that they found out about?
Eulalie.
Eulalie?
Yeah. So the first name is E-U-L-E. Eulalie.
Eulalie.
And her second name was Lee.
Lee. Eulalie. Eulalie, are you around? I know they found out about you recently here. I think I'm hearing that tri-field meter again, a little bit. Where that bed is right now in this room, is that where a bed would have been one time when you were here? You want to go back to the red room?
Okay. It's pretty dead in here.
Okay, pardon the pun, right?
Oh. Don't make me laugh.
You're going to take that? Okay.
Yeah. The room comes with me.
Alright, thanks. I'm going to take some of these things. Yeah, that's a nice mirror too. I like that mirror. A lot of nice stuff in this place. Okay, gotta be careful when you're walking.
Yeah. Maybe pick up something?
Yeah.
Chair.
Grab some of this stuff. There's so many things to pick up.
I've decided to leave some of the behind-the-scenes footage, I'll call it, of us moving equipment and setting up in the next area, which is the hallway upstairs.
you want to come over out here, hon? For this dresses in the hallway?
Yeah, let me just put the chair down.
The camera just ran out. Let's watch your step here. Okay, Tascam, I'm putting you under this table here. Oh, it looks like it's a piece right by the dress here in the hallway. Change that.
These two light emitters are making streaks across.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to adjust that then. Okay, so we are filling into this room here, the hallway. And there's a dress as well, there's the stairs.
It's still talking. New device in the red room.
In the red room?
Yeah.
Yeah, the trifle meter. It's picking up something in the corner. So I'm halfway in the red room.
Are you scared?
Me?
Yeah.
Of what?
Of the red room.
No,
You should be.
I'm not. The only thing I'm scared of is the living, not the dead. That is one nice gown. You weren't kidding. Yeah, I hear the tri-field meter going off here and there. Now, I don't know if it's true, but they say things have moved around up here and in different areas. So supposedly, things have been moved under that table in this hallway, but I can tell you now that I have a Tascam audio recorder underneath there. So if anybody wants to speak, hopefully I'll pick up your voice on that.
A voice was picked up in that previous moment that sounds like it could be saying, "Shoot him down." I'll repeat that clip moment next.
In this hallway, but I can tell you now that now behind me here is the red room where I have a camera already filming in here. It's not as lit up as this one.
You can hear a voice that sounds like it was right next to me say, "Yes," a moment back. I'll repeat that clip moment next.
It's not as lit up. So what do you have to say about that dress? That gown you like so much?
It has an aura.
An aura?
Yes. I know it's not as old as the other things in this house, but it has an aura of happiness and love. It's just really strong. I love it. It's pulled me in from the start. I just can't stop looking at it.
It'd be tough to wear that, and you'd be dragging the bottom.
Yeah, it wasn't the most practical of garments at the time.
But it sure really stood out.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if they, obviously they probably wouldn't have had print like this with the flowers. That would have been very hard to find, if even possible, but the style is definitely true. That's really beautiful. It's obviously meant to make you look.
I'm sure at one time they would open these doors here, look out the balcony in the front.
Yeah, to cool the house down in a hot Tennessee night like this.
That too, yeah.
Yeah. Hang out on the balcony.
Let's see, the EDI is still going. And the K2 below the dress. Flashlights are not going off, not really doing much. The stairway picture. I'll try the meter just go off.
Yeah.
I thought it did as soon as I leave the
It
room.
keeps talking. Somebody's trying to talk to us.
I guess they wanted me to move away, or maybe they want me back.
Yeah, I think they like you. I think you have a calming effect.
Anybody on these stairs that could walk up? Beautiful stairs. Mr. Lotz, you did an incredible job making this house. I don't know how you did it. I know how you would have done it, but just one person didn't use any slave labor, didn't use labor other than himself to make this house, build this house. 3 years. Incredible.
And all the fine woodwork.
Yeah.
The furniture, it's so delicately carved. It's beautiful.
He lived till like 80 something years old.
He did?
Yeah, like 83 or so.
Oh.
He didn't die here though.
No, he eventually moved away, right?
Yeah. Moved to California. I think San Jose, maybe. Him, his wife, and their kids.
I hope they were happy there.
Well, yeah, they're buried there. I know both of them are, Mr. and Mrs. Lotz. Now, I think some of the kids are too, as they got older.
It sounds like a female voice said, "Who is there?" or "Who is that?" I'll repeat that clip moment next.
Mr. and Mrs. Lotz. Now, some did go off to some other places like Matilda. She went abroad and all over the place. Was in France and whatnot.
The meter's going off.
Yeah, I hear it.
No, I mean the one by my foot.
Oh,
And you have a green light?
what the heck is
When you
that?
talk about the family, it just started growing.
Oh, yeah.
What does the green light mean?
That could be some atmospheric thing, a change in the atmosphere.
There are two voices picked up in that previous moment, but it's hard to figure out what exactly they said. I'll repeat that clip moment next.
What does the green light mean? They were really unlucky here. You think they would come back here?
Oh, I don't know. Unless they passed away here. Like the two boys, or the two twins.
That last voice picked up is also hard to understand, but you can certainly hear it. I'll repeat that clip moment next.
Twins.
But when something like that happens to you, I wonder if you come back.
Well, maybe to visit. Your essence is here, maybe. I mean, Mr. Lotz put so much of himself into this place. I mean, possibly he comes back to check to see, make sure everything's okay still, and maybe his energy gravitates towards here. Because his energy is throughout this house. You know, building this place. Yeah, I hear that tri-field meter keeps going off.
Yeah.
In the red room.
It seems to be at a certain interval. We should time it.
Oops. There's a restroom here. Step on a stall, you can't see anything, it's under dark. Just like rooms for storage and whatnot, and restroom, this hallway here. It's not really an area public goes into. Do you want to do some stuff downstairs?
Sure.
I'm thinking about maybe leaving the camera in the red room only.
Do you have a new light in there so it can see?
I'm going to bring another light up here to make it stronger.
Okay. This room is really peaceful. Even though...
This one?
Yes, it's a very... I feel immediately happier in there and peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
I feel charged when I'm in this room.
Yeah, so do I.
Like lots of... Yeah, like you just ran a lot and, you know, like buzzing.
Mm-hmm.
That room is even more peaceful, but I don't know if it's just because it's not... It's not...
Yeah, it felt peaceful in that room somewhat.
Yeah. But I really like this room.
It sounds like that voice said, "Whose side are you on?" I'll repeat that clip moment next.
If it's just because it's not... It's not...
Yeah, it felt peaceful in that room somewhat.
There's the light switches...
The other thing is I want to keep that red room in the dark. Look at this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Let's leave it off.
In this next clip moment, while there was little illumination, I was still able to notice an anomalous shape form which appears to manifest in the corner where a Confederate Irish soldier's presence has been felt and witnessed. I will point out the area as it forms. It happens quick. Check it out. Did you see it? Yes, it happens quickly. I will repeat that clip moment several times next.
Spooky. Grab that chair. Oh, it's getting darker in here.
Yeah, maybe your light is
It's diminishing.
diminishing, yes.
I'm gonna get another.
I shot in here and it's very dark.
I have to go downstairs and get batteries.
It's a workout.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty awesome. Alright, this one holds up. This one isn't really going off, so I'm gonna leave the tri-field meter going. Yeah, I hear you. I hear your tri-field meter.
Can you turn this off? No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the red room. It's an extra audio. Tascam, you're coming into this room, the red room. Yes, I'm bringing the Tascam audio in here. So hopefully pick up some other stuff.
Oh.
There you go. Continue recording. I'll be back up here in a minute.
It says power, the power doesn't do
I'm still filming here in the hallway. Thinking of moving that so we can film the stairs a little more.
The 4K full spectrum cam is left to record as a static camera upstairs. I go upstairs to hook up an infrared emitter in the red room. You can hear the tri-field meter going off in the red room, triggered by an electromagnetic field moving in and out.
This will lap the room. I hear you, tri-field. Who's over there in the corner? Oh, you're showing yourself. Appreciate it. Oh yeah. I hear you.
for showing yourself. Do appreciate it here in the bedroom.
Did you hear that voice? This occurred while we were in the cellar. I'll repeat the clip next. The 4K full spectrum cam would continue to record, but nothing more was captured, and the battery would eventually run out.